Hi everyone, how are you all doing? So I've been contemplating for a whole day whether or not to make this video, but I thought I would just share some of my thoughts and feelings about October's astrology energy with you all, because I feel like, I don't know, by sharing it, maybe it will help some of us to feel like you're not alone, that you're not the only one who's navigating through these emotions or feelings or topics, or it might encourage you to share and connect with me, with this community. How are you feeling? And this can be about certain things in your life or about things that's happening in the world at a collective level. And I also make a little promise to myself that I'll want to share a little bit more about myself on the platform, not just, doing all this astro weather forecast for you all, but would also love for you to know me as a person a little bit more as well. So I just want to share how I feel, how I'm navigating through all these energies. So while I was writing and preparing for the astrology forecast video for last week and this current week, I can't shake away when I look at the aspect, with Mars in Libra conjuncting the South Node in Libra and opposing North Node in Aries. And we also have Eris, the goddess of discord, conjuncting this North Node. So we have strong energy in North Node and South Node, right? We have Mars and South Node interacting with each other in Libra, in this sign, which is all about relationships, money matters. It can be about legislation, anything regarding to pens and paper, because Libra is about negotiating. It can be about legislation, law, government system, right? And this can be something you are experiencing yourself, or this can be something that is happening for us around the world as a collective. And then we have the North Node and Eris in Aries, which talks about Eris is this energy where she's not afraid to create chaos, to flip the table, to speak her truth, to take action upon things that she thinks is right or is true, that she stands up for. And interacting with North Node, this is something that maybe you have been suppressing, right, for a while, and you don't want to keep your peace, keep your silence anymore, right? And you wanted to speak your truth, take action, even if it means creating chaos and discords, right? While maybe because you were in the Mars South Node in Libra, trying to keep the peace. Can I resolve it without violence? Can I resolve it with negotiating, right? Talking and making peace. But it's hard. We have this push and pull. How are we going to resolve these matters, right? And then we have Pluto and Capricorn that is squaring all these energy. So Pluto is that transformative energy that's willing to go deep, far into the underworld to retrieve all the messages that needs to be seen, right? Breaking free. It's about power struggle, power dynamic. And when I was preparing for our forecast video last week and this week, we have really heavy Plutonic, Mars, North Node, South Node, karmic energy playing off. That I just mentioned just now, all those energy. And I can't help but feel like, oh my God, I feel like this couple of weeks can create a lot of tension, conflict, energy, because we have the opposition, we have the square energy, right? So it feels like the ongoing wars or tension around the world might take another step forward, right? In a hopeful sense, there might be a breakthrough, but in a worst case scenario, there might be more violence, right? It depending how the world leader decide and how people react or respond, choose to react or respond. And unfortunately, the past couple of days from the news, we saw this outbreak, this sudden outbreak of, war between Israel and Hamas. And I was really sad, and, I can't help but feel hopeless. And during my meditation this morning, I just kind of released by having a good cry. And even just talking about it now, I feel a little bit uneasy, sad, disappointed in it, like, how can human be so I don't even know how to say, like, I'm a human being, and we are so unique out of all these different species and being in the world. Human is just one of many species, living beings on planet Earth, yet we seem to have crazy power, right? And we're able to evolve, develop, and change so much throughout our time, from thousands and thousands years ago until now. We keep changing, evolving, and we create so much, yet we also destroy so much. And I don't know, I just feel like while I can see some human that is just full of love and light and just wanted to be kind and good, but there's also some human on this planet Earth that is just so destructive, so unkind. And it just breaks my heart to see all these. And it's also a lesson for myself to work on myself, to understand that. And I'm sure maybe some of us is feeling this too. How can we navigate when we are unable to control, right? But we feel so much. And I guess what I really wanted to share is, if you're feeling this, know that you're not alone. And I think the only thing we can do is, while we can't help to feel that negative feelings, right? That disappointment, that sadness, that sense of hopelessness, because at the same time we have Venus in Virgo opposing Saturn in Pisces. It can be very like Debbie Downer energy. It's like you feel like there's nothing you can do, and it's just like, ugh, I wish I can do something, but I can't. There's little control over what I can take action upon, and there's a sense of hopelessness when Saturn is in Pisces. It's just this like doom and gloom, like, oh, why are we even alive? Like, maybe not to that extreme, but but I just want to let you know, if you somehow share the same feeling or thoughts, know that you're not alone, right? And while we can't help to feel all these, but also know that there is something we can do, right? Even though it feels fertile and impossible, but if we keep the hope, keep the faith, keep believing that there's still so many goodness and kindness around the world that together as a collective we can move mountains. So I would love for us to just send good energy, pray, whatever religion modality that you believe in, use the method that you love, you believe in, to send out good energy to the collective, to people that's hurting, to countries that's been that are experiencing all this unfortunate event that's happening. And just hope that by doing that, by believing that, by sending out that faith, that hope, that positive energy, that maybe as a collective we can move mountains and change their thoughts, change their energy, and let peace to come, to those places, and hopefully those matters can resolve as soon as possible, and that the hurt can be minimized, the violence can be minimized, and that they can reach a certain peaceful resolution ASAP or whatever it is, right? And also break it down to a more personal level. All these aspects is also asking us, is there any area of your life that you feel like it's hard to have some kind of peace and calm, right? Maybe this is your work that's driving you nuts, and it's hard to breathe, hard to take a moment to relax, and it's hard to feel peaceful. This might be money matters you're struggling. Maybe this is a family dynamics that you've been struggling, a relationship, friendship, whatever it is. What does peace means to you? What does peace and calm means to you? How can you do? What can you do to allow yourself to feel a sense of inner peace and calmness in the midst of all this chaos happening around us or in your life, right? And very soon, by the end of this week, we are going to have our solar eclipse, our annular eclipse in Libra, where all these energy is still present, right? So how can you take care of yourself, of your energy? This is the first of a series of eclipses that we will be experiencing on the axes of Aries and Libra, which has a lot to do with I versus we, right? You versus all the relationships that you have in your life, right? This might be the start of a journey of sifting and sorting, letting go, and knowing who should stay in your life and who should not, who's giving you the inner peace and calmness that will be able to nourish you, and where there are some relationships in your life that just keeps creating chaos and discords, that it's time to realize it, even if it's hard, even if you don't want to, but the universe is showing you that maybe there are people that you love dearly, but they are just not giving you and not reciprocating or not nourishing this relationship, and it's time to not turn a blind eye anymore, right? Maybe this is for you to speak up so that you guys can work on this relationship dynamics, or it is time to know that there's no more is unsalvageable. It's time to really let go, to make space for something better that's more aligned to the current version of yourself to come in. For some of us, this has to do with relationships, right? And depending on where Aries and Libra is in your natal chart, this might bring up different lessons as well. So feel free to comment below. Ask me if you have any question too. I would love to connect with you. And I will talk about this eclipse a little bit more in the next couple of days. So watch out for that eclipse video. And I'm sending y'all so much love in the meanwhile. And take care of yourself. Take care of each other if you can. And I'll see you next time. Bye.